Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our tarot reading video for the week, but it is December as I am filming this. It's the 1st of December, and that means that it is the start of my annual tarot reading project on this channel. For those of you that are new here, I started doing a project that I'm calling Yuletide Tarot. This is kind of my answer to doing Vlogmas, where I make a tarot reading video and post it every day. That's actually what the original intention was, but the last couple of years I have not had the time or the energy or even just the mental space to do that, because there was a lot going on, and eventually by this time I would need the break. So what we're going to do this year is we are going to still kind of tailor that to the original project, but I want to go into something a little bit different. Normally my tarot reading videos are on the longer side, and I want to keep to that spirit, but I want to start by answering specific questions. In this case, we're going to start with the question, what do our spirit guides or spirit team like about working with us, love about us as people and energetic beings in this plane? They might be in a different plane, but they're still, I believe that they are still with us and helping us along our way. So I want to know what they enjoy or love about us. Now, I need to start by giving a huge credit to Prophetic 11 on TikTok for asking this question first. This is not my original question, but I love that thought, and I want to give a huge shout out to them. So their link will be in the their link will be in the description below. So go check them out. I think they have some really cool things to say. And before I get into the cards, I do want to say that if you like what you see in the video and want to see more from me, go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I have also included links to my social media and my website if you want to get in touch. I also have commission slots open at this time. So if you like what you see in the video and want to get a private reading done with me, I'm happy to help in that way. Just let me know and we'll get the process started. And as per usual, we're going to be using multiple decks, but I'm going to go as deep as I can to get as much of the message of the cards as I can. So finally, let's get into the reading. We're going to start with the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. This is going to, I want to get a read on us, who we are as people, who you are as a person, and we're also going to be taking drink breaks in there as well. So if you want to see more, go grab a drink and a snack and let's get cozy. All right. You know, you've seen me do card pulls on this channel before, so I'm not really going to go into that right now, but I want to get, okay, so I want to get a reading on us as people, and then we will clarify those cards with other decks. This reading is given in gratitude and thankfulness for all of you for being here, and also for our spirit team. Thank you so much for showing up for us and for being here for us. All right. Ooh. Okay. All right. So we've had two cards pop off the top right away. So let's start with the first card. We have the Knight of Swords. Here there is someone who is kind of taking action on their mental and emotional pursuits. They are very much a thinker. They like to observe. They're very smart. But they do, because it's an air sign, they do tend to be swift, and they might not think their impulses all the way through. So it's very hard for them to maybe, once they start going, it might be very hard for them to rein themselves back in. I feel like saying they have some impulse control issues. And, you know, I have, ironically enough, at least for me, I have some things to do with that. So there might be a little bit of Knight of Swords energy coming in here. What I like about this deck in particular is that they will put some of the keywords in the card, because this person is an action taker. They're swift about their actions. This might cause some tension and some drama to come up in their space, and it's not necessarily the easiest to deal with, but they're good at what they do and they are smart. So I feel like saying it's up to you. If you know someone like this or are someone like this, it's up to you to assess the situation and what your situation looks like. So here is the Knight of Swords. Okay. We also have the Four of Pentacles coming out. So I always interpret this as stinginess or having some walls come up around you in terms of your finances, your material wealth, what kind of money you might have on you at this time. And the call is for us to open up and let go. If you celebrate the Christmas holiday, you might be thinking, well, I don't have a whole lot of money. I can't necessarily buy presents and gifts like I want to. It might be the idea that if you spend this money, your stability, your foundations are going to be taken off guard a little bit. However, stop being stingy is the way that I always interpret this card. Open up and let go a little bit. Maybe easier said than done. Certainly there might be some impulse to not take this advice, because maybe you've been burned in this situation in the past. In which case, ouch, I am very sorry to hear that, but there's some impulse control and some need to open up a little bit. Let's go into the other cards and see what this part of the story may entail. Keep in mind this is for us at this time. We have the King of Cups. So I think you are a charismatic and warm-hearted person. Okay, you're not, nobody is all bad and nobody is all good. We have layers. And I feel like you tend to show this side of you a lot. Okay, all right. But again, remember what I said about the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. you show this layer a lot. You show this side of yourself a lot. But it's been taken advantage of. It's been hurt. And this is why you have the walls up. This is why maybe your intuition is pinging real hard over something and you just automatically snap to a decision, which might not be the most correct decision or correct thing to do. You know, it's okay. It's okay to have a good heart. It's okay to have a generous spirit. But, you know, I feel like there's a balance that might be off a little bit. So, here's the King of Cups. Let's see our other cards. We also have the Page of Pentacles. So you have some talents and some skills that set you apart from everybody else. And these talents and skills may have brought you acclaim. Maybe, wouldn't it be neat if we got the Six of Swords? No, Six of Wands, I believe. You know, you're getting noticed for these talents. These talents might have to do with money, maybe managing money, making money, what you, you know, you've learned a lot of lessons throughout the suit. Like if we were to get all Pentacles, the story of that, I feel, is that your journey from the Ace of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles is that you've taken in all of these new lessons where money is concerned, materials, acquiring them is concerned, and now you're saying, okay, let me absorb this, let me take these lessons learned and apply them over here. Ultimately, there is some talent and skill that you have in this area that is definitely drawing attention to you. Okay, and again, this is why we might be getting the Four of Pentacles, because maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you don't want to be in the light on this situation. I don't know. There's one more card in this pile, so let's see what we get here. But here's the Page of Pentacles here. Okay. And finally, okay, we have Judgment. So here is, we're being called to, yeah, we're opening our eyes to certain things. There's things that we're bringing into our space that we're learning to accept and assess. Ultimately, we're answering for past behavior. And I was right about the Knight of Swords needing to be balanced out. Because there's going to be things that we're answering for, and there will be things that, we need to look at again. So, here is the card for Judgment. Okay, so that is the first part. We're going to get into some clarifying cards for the for this. Let's take a water break. Cheers, reminder, hydrate for me, please. Okay, so to clarify and expand, I'm going to use the Herbal Tarot by Tiera. I haven't used this deck in a while, so we'll see how spicy they want to get. Okay. So, to clarify, I'm thinking I'm going to pull 3 cards for each as a clarifier, just to get a really good feel on what is happening here. If you've kind of fast forwarded through, basically what we're seeing is that there's some generosity and some talents that you have in terms of your money and things like that, that you're probably made some impulsive decisions about and are now having to be stingy, but you're also looking at having to answer for those behaviors. You know, we're feeling spicy today. So I just had a bunch of things coming out. Okay, for right off the bat, we have the Nine of Swords. Definitely some anxiety. Okay, and I'm looking at clarifying the Knight of Swords. So, yeah, there's definitely some anxiety around some decisions that you've made, and it's keeping you up at night. There's this little gremlin on your chest about the decisions you've made. We're human. Of course, you know, we're going to do things that may cause us some anxiety. And perhaps, you know, again, because I talked about some impulse control stuff with the Knight of Swords, you might be feeling some kind of way about some decisions you've made prior to this. So, how can we ease this Nine of Swords energy? What can we do to integrate it, to accept it, and to release it after that? Here's the Nine of Swords. We have, again, we have the Four of Pentacles coming out with the Herbal Tarot. Sorry about that. Let go. Open up. We're holding on too tightly to our anxieties or impulses. We gotta let that go. Maybe easier said than done. Okay, so Four of Pentacles. How do we open up here? Okay. Finally, for last clarifier, we have the Six of Wands. What did I tell you about stepping up? Six of Wands. This is about accepting our place, accepting that we have accomplished things, and we have accomplishment, achievement, stepping into the limelight. Might not be so comfortable, but we are definitely we're definitely getting to a place where that is more comfortable. So basically, we're feeling anxious over some decisions, some impulsive things we may have done. And, now we have to let that anxiety go so we can accept our place and accept the achievements and accomplishments we've made thus far. Okay? So there's the Six of Wands. And keep in mind, we're still talking about who we are as people. So the next card I'm going to clarify is the Four of Pentacles energy. Okay. Let's shuffle again, see what comes up. We are looking for 3 cards that we need to see. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay. So first card for the Four of Pentacles energy, we also have the Eight of Cups. Here, this is moving on. Letting go, moving on. There's been a situation that we have not seen fruition in, and it's definitely been disappointing, but we are now going for a different look, a different horizon. It's not for us anymore. Whatever these Eight of Cups, whatever this Eight of Cups situation was, it isn't for us anymore. Okay. So, interestingly enough, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Also, there's some emotions to this situation that we're looking to remove from our space and let go. So yeah, there is the Eight of Cups, working on moving on. Next card. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. Here's some, here's someone very passionate. Here's someone very, very much about acting on their inspirations and passions. I think the fact that we're being called to let go is definitely going to make space for new inspirations, new things to come in for us. So, yeah, there's the Knight of Wands taking action on our inspiration and passion. Okay. And finally, okay, we have the High Priestess. There's room for reflection. There's room for introspection when we let go. So there is the High Priestess, and the only way we can gain the wisdom that comes from that is to make space for it. Okay. So there is the clarifiers. This is Four of Pentacles, and to clarify the energy, we're letting go. We're moving on. And this letting go process, this moving on process, is making space for inspiration and passion, but also wisdom and reflection. Okay? So that is the clarifying energy for the Four of Pentacles. Next, we're going to clarify the King of Cups. So remember, this is a generous person. This is an open person. Perhaps we've been taken advantage of in this area. So let's clarify. Let's clarify what is going on here. Okay. So the first clarifying card we have is the Three of Cups. So generous, warm-hearted, open person. This has brought a community of people to you that you are deeply, deeply loving for. You have built this, you've worked hard to maintain this. And there's a community of people that love you back, especially because you are so giving. You give so much of your time and your energy to this community. And you've had situations where it has been incredibly difficult for you to turn that energy on yourself, because it feels selfish, because it feels wrong to do so. You just deeply love, and you have no bounds with it. However, given the first couple of cards that we got out of this deck, maybe there should be a little bit of a boundary between you and the people you find yourself interacting with. Because it seems like, judging from the Knight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles energy, you've had some instances where you've had that generosity and that love taken advantage of, especially hurtful that it may have come from someone in your tribe, in your community. Be careful. You do have people who love you very much, especially in this realm. Eventually we're going to answer the original question here. But you do have people that love you and genuinely care about you here. But the people that have hurt you and taken advantage of you have done so in a way that you don't want them around anymore. So keep that in mind. Here's Three of Cups. Next clarifier, we have the Ace of Swords. There's something new beginning here. You know, you've clarified who you want in your tribe, who you want around you, okay? And you are very much looking for things to grow. You're looking for things to progress and move on. You are just at the beginning of this journey. So things will be what they will be down the line. But for now, you've defined, you've defined an issue that you want to solve. You have people around you that love you, that care about you, that will celebrate your accomplishments with you. And I'm gonna say it. You're not doing this by yourself, but you certainly needed to be careful. Okay, and you're making progress. You're gonna start looking at the progress that you want to make as especially beneficial, because now you're seeing, okay, here's what I want, here's who I am, here's how I can move forward with what I have. So here is the Ace of Swords. Okay, and finally we have the Three of Pentacles. Again, you're building a team, you're bringing people in. There's space to do that. Okay. Yeah, there's space to do that. I just got the thought that if you are an employer somewhere, maybe you've made a not so smart hiring decision and now you're taking those lessons learned and moving on from that. But ultimately, where it has to do with the King of Cups card, you're generous and loving, and you have a good group of people around you. There's been some lessons learned, some hard lessons learned, but there's a good group of people around you who are helping you progress and who are helping you, who are just there, right? They're there for you. Okay, there's new people, there's old people, but they're all working together in balance, and it's good to see. It is really good to see. So there's the Three of Pentacles. Okay, next card we're going to clarify is this Page of Pentacles. So let's see what comes up for you. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles, we have talents and skills that we're learning to, apply in our space at this time. Okay, so to clarify that, okay, we have the Eight of Swords. So we're back to feeling uncomfortable with it. However, the trick with this card, and the secret I always like to tell people, so maybe it's not that much of a secret anymore, but you can solve this. In order to do that, you have a change in perspective, because if you notice something here, this character's legs are not tied up. They're not totally immobilized. They only feel that way because they don't have full use of their senses. They can't see and they can't really use their hands, right? In terms of this Page of Pentacles energy, there are things that you can do to help yourself out of the stuck feeling. And we don't have the magician out. We might get it. I can't guarantee that. But you have it in you to get out of this situation if you don't want to be in it. there are certain skills and talents that you have that have brought attention to you that you might not be comfortable sharing. For example, I don't tell a lot of people about this, you know, because there's certain connotations and how I was raised that people might not see this as a totally positive behavior for me to be engaging in. So I'm not entirely comfortable talking about this, especially with people I know. And because it's the time of year where I'm potentially seeing a lot of family, I always am anxious about getting the question, well, what are you doing these days? I'm freelancing, and I leave it at that. And it's not totally comfortable because I don't see that there's some specific viewpoints that my family has on certain things that I don't want to get into in this video because it's the wrong video for it, but I always get anxious about talents like my tarot reading, and something like that would make me uncomfortable. And maybe you have a situation like that where you feel kind of stuck with what to say about this particular talent. The thing is, you have the power to make it a positive. You have the power to make it a positive. Remember, your legs aren't tied. You might be going forward blind. You might be going forward not totally equipped, but you have the power to go forward anyway. Okay? So, there's the Eight of Swords. You know, you have the power to turn a bad situation into a positive situation. So, Eight of Swords. There's the first card. Second card. Yeah, ouch. You might be afraid that something is going to be painful and kind of that final nail in the coffin for you. Especially, you know, maybe you don't, going back to the King of Cups energy, you're afraid of losing maybe love or acceptance. Yeah, you might be afraid of losing your community, losing people around you, losing loved ones, especially because of a talent that you keep secret. But again, remember what I said about this Eight of Swords. You have the power to turn this situation around, even if it takes some effort and some time away to heal. Okay. So there's the Ten of Swords. Okay. Yikes. Ouch, honey. I'm so sorry. The other thing I just happened to think of is where this talent and skill is concerned. Maybe this Ten of Swords energy is that you're afraid of getting taken advantage of again. And I get there because of the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Hold on, let me check that. Yeah, Knight of Swords. You're afraid of this being taken advantage of situation. You don't want that happening again. And that might be why you're held back a little bit. So, ouch. Ten of Swords. Moving on. Last clarifying energy, we have the Four of Cups. So all of this is leading you to feel a bit disillusioned and satisfied with the situation that you find yourself in, with this talent, with this thought of being hurt and taken advantage of. You know, that Eight of Cups is coming back to me because it's causing you to, that disappointment might be causing you to feel this way. But remember that we have to let go and move on in order to really make space for good and positive things to come in. Okay, so there's the Four of Cups. Okay, so the final card we're going to clarify here is the card for Judgment. We're accepting and awakening to certain things. Let's see what we can do to clarify here. Okay, the first clarifier, we have the King of Wands. So we need to know that we're in authority. We have power and understanding of our own passions, our own inspirations. We have the power to make things grow and spark our motivation again. We don't have to stay stuck. We don't have to stay stuck. Okay? We have the power and the talent to move on from the feeling trapped, from the painful ending, from the disappointment. Okay? We're in authority over that, and we know that we can. Okay? All right. Next card. We also have the strength to do so. We have the strength to overcome. We have the strength to get a rein on our base desires, and we're calm about it. We don't need to be aggressive. We don't need to, this guy looks like he's pushing over a pillar, but we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. The plant, it's the Herbal Tarot, so the herb here, the plant here is cayenne. Yes, we have a strong flavor about us, and it might be fiery and passionate, but it's also the fact that we have calm control over this energy. What we're doing right now, what we need to do right now, is awake to that energy and know that we have the power to integrate this strength, this fiery energy. Because remember, okay. I'm getting excited because we have cinnamon as our plant that's portrayed here. We also have cayenne here. We have very warm flavors, and to me they taste warm. Maybe you know differently. There's a lot of warmth. We have fire here. Okay, excuse me. We have strength here. We can do what we gotta do. Okay. Because we have the strength to do it, and we need to accept that we're strong enough and passionate enough to move forward on our plans. Okay, so there is the card for strength. This is clarifying our Judgment card. And finally, we have the Five of Pentacles. Again, the message is hitting home that we are not alone. We have communities of people around us who will help us, who will be there for us. We just have to come in from the cold and ask for it, because we don't have to stay out in the cold. We don't have to feel that destitution and that desperation that may be coming in with the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Okay. So yeah, that is the Five of Pentacles. We were clarifying the Judgment card, so this is what we're accepting and awakening to. We're awakening to our own authority and our own strength, and we are awakening to the community of people around us. So there's the Five of Pentacles. So now that we've finally gotten into who we are as people, who we are as energetic beings on this plane, let's spend the rest of the time getting into what our spirit energies, our spirit team wants to let us know about, who wants to let us know, and to answer the question, what they love about working with us. You know what? I am gonna use that deck. We're going to get into the first question after clarifying who we are as people. What does our spirit team want us to know at this time? We're going to, let's try that again. We're going to take as many cards as I need to take in order to clarify and understand this question. Right off the bat, okay, it didn't get shuffled in correctly, but we have the King of Swords. Again, we're in authority over our mental and emotional pursuits, especially our intellectual thoughts that we're having. There's been a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of disappointment. We have the power to change those thoughts. So yeah, a lot of the source of our anxiety and stress in this situation is how we're thinking about it in the first place. Again, we're in authority over our own thoughts. It shouldn't be the other way around, but I will tell you I'm guilty of, I'm not guilty, it's a symptom of my depression and anxiety, but I do, I'll raise my hand to being victim of intrusive thoughts too. So, except I'm not a victim, so let's move on. We're in authority, especially in authority of our mind. So here's the King of Swords. We also have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Oh no, I've forgotten that one. We'll come back. Seven of Cups. Let's see. Dang it. I didn't want to have to look anything up here. Okay, we'll look it up. I hate when honestly guys, I hate when I forget card meanings, because I have to spend the time looking the dang thing up. Cups. It's impossible torment to those that are alone. Okay. This is coming up. The Seven of Cups is coming up for a reason. I want to say check your motivations, because there is maybe a sense of not being okay. You know what? No. Okay. I thought my phone was buzzing. It's not. My bad. Yeah, check your motivations. There's something here that you're feeling something strongly here. Yeah, check your motivations is what I'm coming to, but I'm not sure this is entirely correct. So, let's hang on to this. Maybe some other cards will clarify this. Yeah, this is trying to answer the question of what our spirit guides want us to know right now. What our spirit team wants us to know. Again, there's some Eight of Swords energy here. We're feeling trapped by something. We're feeling, yeah, we're feeling trapped, we're feeling held back, we're feeling tied down. Tied down especially by the Seven of Cups energy. But I'm not... Okay. Held back. Let's see what else we can do to clarify that and maybe move on, because I'm not feeling... I'm not feeling entirely positive about the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords here, but but remember what I said, we are an authority over our mental and intellectual pursuits here. So, yeah, okay. We have the Ace of Cups. So, there's some change on the horizon, and I think these two cards are coming up because we're being asked to roll with those changes. And that might be what's causing the conflict and the stress. Conflict and stress. But in that conflict and stress, if we remind ourselves that we're in authority, there's room and necessity, right? Because now we're being asked to look at our spiritual feelings, look at our emotional feelings, and take those and learn to grow with them, because they are there for a reason, okay? Yeah, there's some emotional and spiritual growth that needs to happen at this time. So there's the Ace of Cups. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, we also have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So there's, I'm having trouble putting my thoughts together now, because we have also have the Eight of Pentacles. There's new room to grow financially and in terms of your material and material wealth here. Financial and material wealth is where I'm coming to, and there's a new opportunity to grow in that regard, but there's also a new opportunity to grow emotionally and spiritually. Okay, here it is, and we're being held back by the fact that we're still feeling a lot about our past situation, okay, where we might have had our authority undermined, or we've been told something maybe we didn't want to hear, or told something not so nice that we don't have any kind of means to stop. We can't, at least for me, I can't stop you from saying what you're going to say. But, and it may hurt me, but now that things are changing, there's room to grow, especially emotionally and financially. So, I hope that makes sense. I'm having trouble putting that together, and I'm going to take a minute to look up, because I have a digital deck that I don't necessarily like using for these. I'm going to look up the Seven of Cups, because I'm not sure how it quite plays in just yet. So let's pull another two cards. You know what? Let's get some hidden and clarifying energy for this particular side of things. What do our spirit guides want us to know at this time? Okay, so hidden energy. Okay. Shoot. There's a hidden energy. The clarifying energy is the Three of Cups. 1, 2. I think this is the Empress. So, again, we're getting the Empress. We are being asked to... Okay. We're being asked to... leave it alone. We're being asked to reflect. We're being asked to open up once again, and we need to make space for this. And we're not doing it alone. Okay. Okay. Now I need to go back. I need to backpedal a little bit because I may have misinterpreted this card. I think this is a magician. In fact, I know this is the magician. We have what it takes to make our own magic. We have what it takes to make our own magic. So especially where this Ace of Pentacles is concerned, we're definitely making this happen at this time. Okay, but it's having us feeling trapped in some kind of way about it. So we have what it takes to make our own magic and grow financially and materially. But in order to do that, we need to take a step back to pause and reflect. And, you know, we have people around us that do love us very much. So there is the Three of Cups. Okay. I'm sorry. I do make mistakes. I'm not a perfect reader. And the fact that I got this one wrong, it happens. You know what? Don't sweat the small stuff. That's my advice for new readers, is you're going to make mistakes. I'm not that new to it anymore, and I still do. So let's look up the Seven of Cups. Aha. Okay, Seven of Cups. We have a choice to make. By the way, I'm looking at the definition, the guidebook for the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore, and it talks about dreams and desires, but also having choices to make. So that explains why we got the Eight of Swords coming back out. Okay, so let's finally get into answering the question of what do our spirit guides really, really love about working with us, about us as people in this energetic plane. So we're going to, it's my new baby, I love this, we're going to get into the Labyrinth Tarot. The guidebook was written by Minerva Siegel, but we already know, I love that movie, by the way. Okay, yeah, I love that movie, by the way. So we're going to, we're going to get into it. This one is presented a little bit differently, so just bear with me. We'll get into it. So, yeah, I'm excited to share this with you guys. This is a new deck. Probably the last one I'll be buying for a while. So if you can help me out with that, that would be great. Commissions, I'm taking them at this time. Here we go. One more shuffle. Nope. Okay, they don't want to go. Okay. These cards are so new, they're sticking. If you have any advice for getting them to not stick anymore, that would be great. First card, we have the Two of Poles. This is the Two of Wands. So first of all, the thing that our spirit guides want us to know and what they love about us is that all of us, all of us have choices to make. All of us have choices to make, and because we're getting the message of not being alone, come in and ask for help. I feel like the reason this is coming back up again is to say that you're not alone, and we will help you through this. First of all of us down here have choices to make. We make choices every day. But we have to be aware that we're not making them by ourselves. So there is the Two of Poles, Two of Wands. Okay. Yeah, we also have the Two of Feathers. We have the Two of Swords. Again, here's another choice. We have a lot of choices on our plate right now. Stay or go, move or stay still. Yeah, move or stay still. Again, lots of choices, but we're not alone. Okay? Shuffle again, see what we can see here. Do they love about working for us? We have the Ten of Pots, the Ten of Cups. You have so much love in you. Okay, remember you have the King of Cups. Now you have the Ten of Pots or the Ten of Cups in this deck. It's represented by pots. Anyway, you have so much love in you. And it's never ending. It's never stopping. Remember what I said right at the beginning. Your love knows no bounds. And it is no... It's nothing to you to want to give someone the shirt off your back. It's nothing to you to pay for a meal for someone. It's nothing to you to go out and buy from someone who is just trying to get by. I have friends who run stores in the shopping district by my house, and it's nothing for me to drop a coin in their stores because I know that I'm giving and I know that I'm taking care of people. And if you're like that, that is one thing your spirit team loves about you, because they love you just as deeply as you love others. Okay? So there is the Ten of Pots or the Ten of Cups. Even through all of your decision-making skills, you have, again, you're feeling some kind of way over these choices, but you're loving your way through them, and that is what your spirit team loves about you. Okay? What else does your spirit team love about you? Okay. Page of Junk. Okay. So the Page of Pentacles. Again, you're learning lessons in terms of managing your wealth, your finances. You're a learner, especially in the place of trying to manage your life, trying to get it together. And it might be hard, but you still have some growing space to do, and that's where you're not alone. Okay? So here's the Page of Junk. That's one more thing that your spirit team loves about you, is that you're a learner. Okay. See, okay, we have two more cards. Aha, we have Strength coming out again. You are a strong, tough cookie. You've been through some things, and you've learned a lot. Yeah, you've learned a lot. You've had a lot of strength in you've had to develop this aspect. And, again, you haven't done it alone. For now, your spirit guides really love that you are as strong as you are, okay? And they also love that you are able to take yourself out of society and rest when you need to. This is also your ability to follow the path that others might not expect you to or want you to. But even as you have so much going on and emotionally you might feel held back and scared, you're still taking your own path, and you're still doing your own thing and following your truest and highest good. And that's what they love about you. That's what your spirit team loves, that you have this trait. You have such a strong personality, and you're a learner, okay? You love hard. And that hasn't been lost even among those choices and the things you still have to take care of on your plate, okay? So, Strength, Hermit. Let's get some clarifying energy and some hidden energy. We'll start with the hidden energy. And what else does your spirit team love about you? Three of Cups. They're reminding you that you are not alone. Pay attention to this Three of Cups. This has come up multiple times. You've been paying attention. I think this is the third time that this Three of Cups comes up for you. You're not alone. They love you equally as much as you love other people. Okay? You're not alone. You were never alone in the past. You aren't alone now, and you never will be in the future. Okay? Even through all the hardship. I might cry in a minute, guys. Bear with me. But here's the Three of Cups. There's our hidden energy. Our clarifying energy is the Eight of Feathers, or the Eight of Swords. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just kidding. 7 of Swords. There will be challenges. There will be people who don't have your highest good or your truest intentions at heart. Their truest intentions at heart. Sometimes people suck. Okay, but remember, your spirit team loves you just the way you are, and you are enough. Okay, you have never been alone, because you have people in this plane, but spirit guides in the next plane who want you to succeed. Their advice here, I feel like saying, is that you need to check your motivations. Check your motivations. Check people's motivations. I'm getting tongue-tied. Okay. But yeah, check your motivations, and watch for other people. Be observant, because you don't deserve to feel hurt, but you also don't need to hurt others either. Okay. So there is the Seven of Feathers. This is the Seven of Swords. Okay. So let's get a final message of thanks. We're going to move into our last deck and close off the video. We're going to be using the movie Tarot by Diana McMahon Collis to close everything out. So, get the deck out first here, and we will shuffle. So, the first card that I want to use to close this message will be a message of thanks, of gratitude. Excuse me. Yeah. The first card that came out is the Four of Cups. We still need to acknowledge that there's some dissatisfaction, some disillusionment in this situation. But again, we're not dealing with it alone, just remember. Okay? We are, we're not alone. And again, we're awakening, and we're accepting that things are not always perfect. Things are not always perfect. Sometimes people suck, things suck, situations don't turn out the way we want to, but we've never been alone. Because remember that Three of Cups, we've had Three of Cups come out several different times, okay? And in fact, this was, we got this card in the Wandering Star Tarot as well. Yeah, awakening, coming home, coming out of a place of darkness into one of light, or gaining understanding. But we've had to work for that understanding, because again, situations are never perfect. Okay? Again, this message is for gratitude and thanks for all of you. So, next card, again, High Priestess. We've had to work for that acceptance and that awakening. And that work has been done through reflection and self, turning the mirror on ourselves. Okay? So there's the High Priestess. Okay. 2, 3. We shuffle again and get our final 2 cards. This will be our hidden energy and our clarifying energy. So our hidden energy is going to be the 6 of Cups. There's a generosity and a beautiful giving spirit here. That might be you. And your spirit guides love that about you. You've come to such a beautiful place with this energy because you've reflected, you've opened up, and you've accepted the fact that situations are not perfect. There will be disappointments and negative feelings. You don't have to sit in those negative feelings. It's best to observe it, to feel it, and move it on, right? You've done that through reflection, and now you have space to give. You have space to love. You have space to be you in all your beautiful, amazing, fantastic light. Just, you are so much, and that is, you are so good. And that is, that's what your spirit team loves about you. And they want you to know that. Okay? So 6 of Cups. Finally, we have the Queen of Wands. Yes, yes, yes. You are fiery and you are passionate and you inspire that in others. Okay? And your spirit team knows that. Your spirit team knows that. You love deep and you love hard, and maybe you feel you have a lot of choices on your plate, but even though there are still those choices, even though you've faced bad situations, you're still passionate, you're still loving, you're still open, you're still fiery as hell, and you inspire that in others. And that's what your spirit team loves about you. Okay. So this video has gone on long enough, I think. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. I love you. If you guys like what you see and want to see more, like, subscribe, hit the bell buttons. All of that is in the space below this video. Get in touch with me if you want. Everything is in the description. And also, once again, a major shout out to Prophetic 11 for inspiring this video. They are on TikTok and their link will be in the description as well. So, I will see you guys next week. Thank you, and I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye, guys.